we're going to speak about why we should stop glamorizing PED usage. Now I get it, everyone's coming out with their PED usage, getting tons of respect on the internet. Yes, definitely, I believe people are over glamorizing it and justifying it by saying, hey, I do bodybuilding, I have the right to take this stuff. Yeah, you do have the right to take this stuff. But the issue is that we have a massive impression on the internet. Specifically, we have a massive impression for the youth that are starting their fitness journeys. Now that fitness is becoming bigger than ever, more and more people are getting into working out at younger ages. And so when you show PED usage, when you glamorize PED usage, and you just accept it as a part of the way for bodybuilding, powerlifting, or getting to the next level, it's a little twisted in my opinion. Because honestly, there's so many disadvantages to PED usage that aren't spoken about enough. I feel like there was a point where everyone was like, don't do drugs, they're bad for you. But there hasn't been a point where we just sat down with neither extreme of being hypercritical of PED usage, being like, yeah, don't do this, it's horrible for your health, you're gonna die, versus, oh, this is what I take, we're all gonna die in the end type mentality. And so I wanna take a middle part of that spectrum / extreme. If we're talking about benefits, you're gonna have insane pumps in the gym. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel on top of the world. I heard stuff, people say they feel like their confidence go through the roof. If you know D-Trend, he talks about how he has this pheromone from the trend usage. And so you hear all these positive things that makes up for great content. You have these kids called the Trend Twins, which are absolutely hysterical. But even so, you see it in their name that they're called the Trend Twins. You see that 21-year-olds are impressioned easily into thinking trend is cool, into using it as a username, and to even jumping onto some testosterone at a young age of 21. Think about how messed up society is. Testosterone replacement therapy was not meant for people that are in their early 20s reaching their peak testosterone. But we live in a society where it's cool to take it because you get a little bit more muscle mass and you look better on camera. Now I know this video could be easily interpreted as, oh, you're just a hater, just dunking on the people that are better, bigger, better than you. But no, not at all. I actually do not care, nor do I really judge someone for taking it. I just think it's a choice. I think smoking cigarettes is a choice. It's a choice that, yeah, as an individual, might not be the best choice for you, but it's a choice that you're gonna have to live with. So let's talk about some of the obvious disadvantages of PED usage. Well, number one, cardiovascular system is gonna be compromised. You have an enlarged heart organs. Obviously, people are gonna be like, well, if you just monitor blood work, monitor this, that, you can offset a lot of it. Yeah, that's true, you probably can. Of course, if you're on top of your stuff, there's a right way to do it. But at what point is it really gonna be like, yeah, it's enough to take this amount, I'm happy with everything. Let's just take this set amount because it's in the healthier range. Let's just call it even Steven. And that's the amount of gains I'm gonna get from this one cycle of PEDs or this long-term use of PEDs, right? No, the whole concept of jumping on something is to get bigger. Your appetite increases. You get used to the size that you gain at this healthy / optimal range. And I feel like you're just gonna keep pushing the envelope, like Derek from More Plates always says. You're just gonna keep pushing forward on what you use. Most people can't really settle for what they get. The fact is that if you fall into that temptation of, I'm only gonna use one cycle of steroids, it's probably not gonna be your last cycle. It's probably gonna be one of many cycles, and you're probably gonna be pushing it more and more each time because you're expected to get what you want. If you're not happy with your physique, you just put more testosterone into your body, put more other synthetic drugs into your body. There's no real endpoint to this whole journey. If your endpoint is to be a professional bodybuilder, you still have the same issue where you're gonna have to keep increasing your drug usage if you're not good enough, if you're not responding a certain way. And some people don't even have the genetics to reach that point where they're like, justified PED usage. And you start weighing it after it's all done and you're all messed up. Thinking back, and you're like, wow, I just cut like 20, 30 years off of my life from having destroyed cholesterol, destroyed health markers, and enlarged organs. And then when you have kids, 5 years from that point in your life, you're gonna really think about, was it worth it at this point? Instead of having the fear of missing out from not being big enough, you're gonna have the fear of missing out from not living long enough. And a lot of you are gonna be like, well, I don't even plan to live past 40. That's for betas. But probably you will wanna live past 40. Probably your perspective will change more so than what you are at now, or 18 to 20-year-old. And so as a person, you might mature to realize that this was a horrible mistake. And that's only speaking for the very severe side effects. You might just hate the gyno, hate the back acne, that you look at yourself and you're like, this stuff was not worth it. At the end of the day, it's up to you. In my opinion, you can still make tons of strength progress, still make tons of bodybuilding progress naturally. You might not reach past a certain level where you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or look like Ronnie Coleman. But at the end of the day, is that what making you happy with this whole fitness journey? Is it the results that make you happy? Personally, for myself, it's more about the journey, the process of preparing, and honestly, sharing it with you guys and then motivating each other and having a community to talk to. For me, definitely not worth it. Definitely would never consider jumping on anything unless I'm like using it for actual therapeutic usage as a old man. Even so, not sure if I'd even consider that. At the end of the day, your decision. I absolutely do support people who use it. I have nothing against anyone personally. It's a choice that's up to you at the end of the day. I think for me, not worth it. I think for majority of people, 100% not worth it. That's about it. Use code JUSTLY for Transparent Lab supplements. Use code JUSTLY for Young LA. Like, view, subscribe. Peace out.